The following program contains...
Cum on your face.
David!
Can't help it. Got a thing for
Big knockers.
Just like Duke Nukem, Jason King loves Anime Titty Fridays on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
What a beautiful pair of knockers.
Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. A brand new podcast catch-up for the week, and boy, oh boy, it's going to be an absolute doozy.
If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Beginning with Erin Moriarty. What a great surname. You just think about Sherlock Holmes and his biggest nemesis, and then we get the nemesis in the form of this former lovely young lady right here. Very promising actress. I was a fan of hers when I first saw her in Mel Gibson's Bloodfather, which I will show you some stills from in a few minutes. But recently, she's been gaining a lot of headline-catching articles on various websites, including this one, marker.com. The Boys actress Erin Moriarty's incredible before and after fans accuse her of plastic surgery. Now, is Ms. Moriarty the only person to commit the cardinal sin of having plastic surgery for image-conscious Hollywood? No, she's not. But I noticed a few changes with her in season 2 of The Boys. I noticed her lips started getting a bit fuller and she looked a bit uncharacteristically not so cute anymore as she was before. So many have hit out at her new look, and of course there are obviously men in Hollywood who have had the plastic surgery. Mickey Rourke is a very bad case example, although to some extent he's used that to get him more certain film roles like The Wrestler and in Sin City as well. So this is what she looked like before. I believe this is actually 2016. And that's what she looks like now. The one on the right is actually her. I mean, it's literally chalk and cheese. I was able to grab a screenshot where one of her fans said, "Oh, she looks amazing," and then somebody responded, "No, she looks like a corpse." I would actually go one better and say, "No, Miss Moriarty looks like she went 3 rounds in the ring with Mike Tyson." It's that bad. I mean, look, I've got a few theories about this, actually. In fact, what she said here was very strange. Watch me de-sophisticate myself before your very eyes, she wrote in her latest Instagram post, because she's not on Twitter. I think if she posted that on Twitter, she'd get such a ratio. She'll be ratioed to death. And it's really funny because on her posts via Instagram, if you look at them, you'll notice that if I want to post something, these comments were hidden because they may be misleading, offensive, or spam. People can still tap to view them. Okay, let's do that then. Let's have a look. This look was made for you, and nothing else pops up, which is, well, okay, whatever. Perfection, my friend. Gorgeous. She's not gorgeous. She looks absolutely hideous. And in fact, if you look at her, take a closer look at her page here, what does she do? She's lonely. She's not accompanied by a boyfriend. For some reason, she's got very massive thighs there, but that could be augmentation via AI. She seeks solace in the company of animals. Eats very little. I mean, what? That's the Hollywood diet, is it? Cakes and cookies. This woman doesn't look like she eats at all, man. She's ridiculous. So I think that my theory about it's not vanity. She's 29 years old. It's not vanity. I think it's to do with rebelling against Hollywood. And now I was watching a video this morning about Sandahl Bergman, one of the most prolific actresses in the 70s into the early part of the 80s. She stars in arguably my favorite sword and sorcerer epic movie of all time, Conan the Barbarian, for which I'm going to do a future review on. And Sandahl Bergman played such a pivotal role in that movie as Valeria, but after she made that film, she didn't reprise those kind of roles ever again. And when she did, like in Red Sonja with Bridget Nielsen, she relegated herself to a lesser role when she could have been that film's main title character instead of Miss Nielsen. Although I like Miss Nielsen in that movie, she was pretty good, but she was inexperienced as an actress. So this is not a vanity project. I think it's Ms. Moriarty saying, "I hate you, Hollywood. Leave me alone. Let me do what I want to do with my looks." And I mean, look. If you're in Hollywood, your looks says everything about you. People will want to go and watch your film or TV project, or if you're a singer, because you have that image. She's effectively literally damaged her own brand. Literally, she's done that. And it's irreversible. Once the damage has gone through, you can't reverse it. No matter how many course corrective surgery sessions you may want to take, it's not going to be the same again. And people don't forget. So in that respect, I've got to say, good luck to Miss Moriarty. I think she's going to be getting less and less work as the days go on by. And look, this is her with Mel Gibson in 2016 in Bloodfather, which, by the way, is a very good film. I'm actually due to watch it again this weekend. But look how wholesome and pretty she is. She looks wonderful, and she had a big, bright future ahead of her. And the same could be said about Sam Sulek. Now, you don't know who this guy is. He's a massive bodybuilder. Like, he's 21 years old, but he looks 10 years his senior. And yeah, he is taking steroids. I mean, you can't get a body like that in 2 years without taking some kind of PED or any kind of body enhancer. And the reason why I believe he does take steroids still, because I used to work with a doorman who used to take steroids. I was thinking of doing the same thing at some point, but then I realized Jason Jr. will actually become Jason the Tiny Toddler, and I don't really want that in my case. And the reason why I know that Sam Sulek, or can speculate that he is on taking various enhancers, because he's constantly eating the worst kind of foods. And the doorman I used to work with did exactly that. Every 2 hours, he'd be eating a pasta, something else. So steroids obviously it increases your metabolism and your appetite for destruction, if you love that Guns N' Roses album like I do. So good luck to Sam Sulek. I think he's a very interesting fella. Marvel's She-Hulk star Tatiana Maslany says second season is very unlikely. I think we blew our budget and Disney was like, no thanks. No, Tatiana. Disney knows that they had such a widely derided show. Nobody liked it. When you have cheesy lines like this.
When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me.
And you're sat there as the viewer thinking, no, men aren't catcalling you because you're Jennifer Walters, the lawyer supreme, because you're ugly. But when you become the alter ego, which obviously is this green hot monster right here, then I can understand why men would want to catcall her. But to say you're being catcalled in your alter ego is absolute bullshit, Ms. Maslany, and you can't fool anybody, not even me.
I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, or might just literally get murdered.
3% of fans out there were hankering for a She-Hulk season 2. It's not going to happen. I mean, the writers have been criticized. Probably Kevin Feige has been as well. Other people in the Marvel behind the scenes have no clue what they're doing anymore with this brand. Like I said before, after 2019, after Stan Lee passed away, everything was let's go now, baby. Let's go and destroy the brand that built us from the ground up. Yeah, and it serves Marvel right. The only thing I like Marvel related now are the old movies and obviously my beloved comics from the days gone by, but you just cannot get these things again in live action. That's why I'm just so despondent. I just don't care about the dog shit that we get coming up from Hollywood. There are a few rare exceptions like the Iron Claw, which I'm seeing next month on Valentine's Day, because for some reason that's when it gets officially released in the UK, so I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, apart from Deadpool 3, which might be good, I have no idea until I see a first trailer, which I thought we were going to have this month, but I think that deadline has already passed.
Doctor? 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 Doctor?
Doctor?
I'm the doctor.
Who?
Who are you?
Who?
Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor?
So the last thing I want to talk about today, this Rey project. Oh, remember when Daisy Ridley said there's a Rey movie, a Rey Skywalker, a Rey Star Wars movie, Rey Wars, whatever you want to call her. Well, I've got a brand new film coming out, and everybody's going to be really, really excited. Daisy Ridley as an actress, she's pretty good. I would have preferred her as Lara Croft Tomb Raider over Miss No Boobs Alicia Vikander, because Daisy Ridley is a Brit and she can do the Brit accent, obviously, with no effort at all. She's a Brit. What the fuck am I talking about? But you know what I mean? Because Miss Vikander does one in that movie and it's okay. But I think Daisy Ridley could have, from one star-making role as Rey straight into another as Lara Croft. I think people would have lent more towards her as Lara Croft than the former. But the untitled Rey Skywalker movie reportedly delayed due to Peaky Blinders writer Stephen Knight possibly exiting. Now, there is some damage control. Gizmodo said, it's not indefinitely delayed. It's still going into production. But as mentioned, the problems plaguing the Daisy Ridley-led Star Wars film stem from creative issues, according to World of Real. Lucasfilm and the film's current writer, Stephen Knight, are butting heads and probably butting butts as well. Knight has reportedly submitted the draft, and Lucasfilm said, didn't like that. Can you write something else? I'm imagining right now what Lucasfilm wants is more agenda, more diversity, more LGBT representation, more women present in the film. Let's get rid of the men. We don't want them, the men.
Excuse me. I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
Yes, the chef was a little confused what you meant by that.
It means put a chick in the linguine and make her fucking gay!
So, World of Real adds that Knight has put Star Wars on the back burner while he focuses on his Peaky Blinders movie, which I think is a lot more of a project that people will get excited for. And of course, Charmin, you will obey her, Chinoy. She's obviously gone out there at the beginning of this year and has caused so much damage to the brand even further by saying men will be afraid of this Star Wars film.
I enjoy making men uncomfortable.
The same Miss Chinoy who stood shoulder to shoulder with Sadiq Khan at the London Eye last year, posing for photographs like it was like a massive big virtue signal. Oh, look, I'm Sadiq Khan. Oh, look, I'm Miss Chinoy. And together, we're going to take over Star Wars. Even though Sadiq Khan hasn't got a fucking clue about Star Wars, just like Rishi Sunak. And you know what? It serves her right. Look, Chinoy is an acclaimed director of documentaries. Stick to that, love. And Lucasfilm, just hire somebody not based on their agenda or their skin tone, but their actual credentials as a bona fide, certified director, producer, what have you. Remember, it takes at least a decade or even more to become successful as a producer and a showrunner, whatever. But Kathleen Kennedy, what's been making coffee for Steven Spielberg and George Lucas for 20 years, then feels entitled to be given the keys to the kingdom, which she has effectively ruined from here till the end of time. But you know what? You reap what you sow, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't say I feel sorry for Miss Kathy Kennedy or Lucasfilm. They absolutely deserve to get a kick in their proverbial nuts. And we just need a new palate cleansing, folks. We just need new blood, new ideas, actually bringing people who have qualified to be writers, directors, filmmakers. I want the era again of Scorsese, Coppola, Ford, Spielberg. We need to get that again, folks, but we're not seeing it right now. They're out there, I'm sure they are, but for some bizarre reason, we're just not seeing them. So on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this podcast today, leave a like below, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, you better come back for the next video.
Rey Skywalker.
그렇지 않아